Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. One of my favorite actors died on the 18th of August 2024. His name is Alain Delon, a French actor. The best actor, I might claim. He died on the 18th of August at the age of 88, and he was born on the 8th. So I'm gonna make a little video on him because I liked him very much. I liked his style, I liked his presence, I liked his acting, I like his private life. I have two articles here to share with you to show you how these guys are taking a shit on him now that he's dead. They did while he was alive, but at least when he was alive, he could, defend himself. Now he can't. I'm not going to defend him. I'm just going to show you how these guys being the media and their operatives, obviously, they like class. Now, I don't know about your culture, but where I come from, it's a saying that goes like this: all good about the dead. That is, someone is dead, just talk about good things about them. Well, I personally disagree with that. Surprise? Because I think some of the people who committed really, really bad atrocities, because atrocities are bad, they should be named the way they are. You should not ignore their facts, their acts. Alain Delon doesn't deserve that. Alain Delon was a human being like you and I, and unfortunately we have Accusations France Presse pointing out some of his flaws, according to them, because they're perfect, so they can judge. But when you talk about one of their favorites, perverts, no judging. Judging comes from using judgment. So, all right. Now, I don't like that these guys, he died 5 days ago or so, and these guys are on him. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Here, we have this article coming from, as I said, Accusations France Presse 4 days ago. So it's 4 days ago. The guy barely died. I might remind you that we are on the August 22nd. Therefore, it was on the day he died, on the 18th. So this is Alain Delon with Romy Schneider. Romy Schneider was the love of his life. She died at, I think she was like 51 or something like this. Her 14-year-old son died impaled in a tragic accident, and then after a year she just died. So here is this cool Alain Delon. Here is Alain Delon, France's flawed screen god. Yeah, he was flawed, but nothing else to say about this guy. So I'm going to show you a few things about this guy. Actor Alain Delon, who has died Sunday, aged 88, was France's greatest screen seducer. There he is, cool as a cucumber. Now, I'm going to go down here. This is at the older age. And I'm going to go down to this garbage that this guy are saying. In a note to Delon on his 80th birthday, one of his oldest friends, fellow 1960s icon Brigitte Bardot, not a saint herself, called him, and I'm quoting, an eagle with two heads, the best and the worst. Okay, that's her opinion, but they will mention only the worst here. All right, we're gonna go here to pop, angel and demon. All right, the love of my life, as Delon repeatedly called her, Romy Schneider, right here, and we go to, while living his great passion with Schneider, Delon reportedly, as allegedly, some said, fathered a son with her compatriot, the Velvet Underground singer Nico. One night stand, according to some. He always denied the child was his, yet Delon's mother brought up the boy, Ari Bologna, who bore a striking resemblance to Delon and insisted he was his son until his death in 2023, age 60, from a good job. Right? All right. So this is what is going on with him. First, he had an illegitimate son, Now, question for you. Elvis Presley, that I also like. How many illegitimate children that we know of he had? Allegedly he had one boy, still alive. Now, do you think that if, let's say, you were Elvis Presley, you would have just put a chastity belt around your cock and you would just not use it? Are you crazy? I don't think. That's why when I see these guys pointing their fingers at these actors with their flaws, yes, but he fathered one illegitimate child like that? That's a record. Probably if I were Alain Delon, I would have had, I don't know, 3,594. But hey, he was a demon. Move on. All right, let's go here. Yet, 2 of his sons accused him of domestic violence, with one saying Delon has broken 8 of his mother's ribs and her nose twice. Delon denied this, but admitted to slapping women who attacked him. If a woman attacks me, I will defend myself equally. And if I'm stronger, what can you do? Thank God, right? Here you go. I'm not promoting that. I'm telling you that as a sovereign individual, if someone attacks me, regarding who that is, I will defend myself. I will protect myself. And in the process, accidents might happen. Remember, a lot of people say, oh, why do you call martial arts, the defensive, self-defense, when they mostly have attack techniques? Well, because you don't initiate it. And when you're in the act, you can't really control all the time how are you going to react. How are you going to make the other person stop? Well, domestic violence, fathered a son or a child, demon. Compare that with your life. Maybe you are better. I would like to believe that. But nevertheless, let's move on. He's an actor. Have you seen how this guy looked? He had one illegitimate son, and he should allow a woman or anybody else to slap him? Are you kidding me? And he was a multimillionaire. He was the greatest French actor. Why would he allow that to happen? No. I'm not promoting that. I'm just saying I will defend myself. Now here, traumatic childhood. His own childhood was a troubled affair, but into a children's home for a time by his mother. As a teenager soldier, he enlisted in Indochina to fight over there. He fought to keep Indochina French. That's bad, China, all that. Before being dishonorably discharged for theft as a teenager. How many stupid things did you do as a teenager? Have you enrolled in the army to maybe die for your country? Well, you can call that, whatever imperialistic tendency, but still your country. Did you do that? I wouldn't have done that. No, I am a patriotic guy, but as a teenager, I had many other things to do. But he did that, and he stole something. Okay, well, because as a teenage man or girl, you are perfect. I did so many stupid things as a teenager that the list is like this, all right? And he got discharged with theft. All right, let's move on. Despite the mixed emotions she generated, film historian Jean-Marie Frodon said no other French male actor in the last half century had the same screen presence. You can look at the photos of him for hours and hours. This is French actor Vincent Lindon, whatever. So my friends, again, his complicated private life kept him in the headlines. And I'm going to get to the point what these guys don't like about him the most. He didn't just play buddies, he consorted with them. He was arrested in 1968 after his former bodyguard, Stevan Markovic, was found with a bullet in his neck. Police suspected Markovic, a Yugoslavian, they say, of having an affair with Delon's wife, Natalie. What would you do? In a case that captures the nation's attempt. Before it was finally dropped, unsolved, a Corsican gangster, friend of Delon's, spent a year in prison charged with the killing before being released. Hey, can you check O.J. Simpson, please? Can you check Bill Clinton, please, in Yugoslavia? Can you do that? Or maybe what's his name, George W. Bush and Iraq and Afghanistan, or maybe Harry Truman with atomic bombs. Can you check that? Have they been in jail? No, so shut the fuck up. So if we talk about justice, all right, he was an actor, good-looking actor, famous. What did you expect? To be a saint? I don't expect that whatsoever. Now, the law should apply to Alain Delon as it applied to Bill Clinton, or to, let's say, others that were involved in hanky-panky, the guys who sold the secrets to the Israelis in 1960s. You remember those guys in France? Hello? Crickets, crickets, crickets. Well, look into that. Look into that. And those guys, the Israelis, brag about it. All right, so we have, and then we have the problem here, the biggest problem right here. I'm sorry, right here. In later years, he became a polarizing figure over his support for the far-right National Front, later renamed the National Rally, whose founder, Jean-Marie Le Pen, has called a dear friend. Oy vey, you have to throw the guy away like he has leprosy, because that's the way these guys would do to you. So that was the big problem. It was the big sin, plus this one right here. He steered further controversy in 2016 by jumping to the defense of ex-minister Nadine Morano, who declared France a white race country, end quote, that she didn't want to see become Muslim. And I'm quoting Delon. She has the balls to say it. Delon said, I take off my hat to her. I don't give a shit. I say what I think, and I will continue to do so. Got that? I will tell you a very troubling and upsetting thing that happened to me maybe a week and a half ago. A loved one of mine told me that a child, not an adult, told me that France is a black country. And I said, these guys did a job on you. Why? Because this person watched Les Bleus, Les Noirs. And I said, look at the team, the football team. That's exactly what I said and what my cousin Bogdan said. France will become the first African nation in Europe. Is that bad? Well, how would you like Zimbabwe to become the first Asian country in Africa? I didn't use the... Anyway, so this is the first article. And I'm going to go to the next article. And I would like you to think about it. Because I mentioned this, Alain Delon was a great lover not only of women, but also of animals. Humans are animals, women are animals, men are animals. Anyway, you know what I mean, especially dogs. So he had a lot of dogs in his life, and they're buried in a cemetery on his property. So this is what the actor wanted to happen when he died. USA Today. This is 1 day ago. Alain Delon's family won't honor the late actor's wish to have dog euthanized, buried with him. This is Alain Delon. So, the family of French actor Alain Delon, who died on Sunday at the age of 88, has announced that they will not be carrying out one of the actor's last request to have his dog euthanized and buried with him. Not a wife, not a woman, like sati. You know the sati tradition in India? The sati? It's called sati. The man will have his wife or wives burned on the funeral pyre with him. But he wanted the dog. Now, we're going to discuss about that. The French animal charity Brigitte Bardot Foundation announced on social media Monday that Delon's family had agreed to take in the dog, a Belgian Malinois named Lobo, saying that he has his home and his family. All right, now, what would you do? Well, if it was for me, I wouldn't euthanize my dog or my cat or whatever animal I have. But I would like, when that animal dies of natural causes or whatever that animal dies, to be buried with me, brought in to me. That I think they can do. And I hope they will agree to that. Right? Right. Pretty soon we're going to ask the beef. It's not the same thing. We're going to ask the cows and the chicken and the pigs if they allow us to, you know what I mean? Anyway, it's not the same thing. I understand that one. Um, this is what Alain Delon said. One of my favorite movies of Alain Delon, actually there are two of them. One is called The Red Sun, I think was filmed in 1973, with two of my favorite actors. So three of my favorite actors played in the same movie. It was like a dream, fantastic dream. And it is Charles Bronson, my favorite actor. Then it was Toshiro Mifune, the Japanese actor, favorite actor. And then it was Alain Delon in this Le Gauche, the hand, and with the left hand. Extraordinary movie. Go and watch it. Funny, and I liked all that. Is like, for me, it's an orgasmic movie. All these guys, Charles Bronson, and it's what's her name, Ursula Andress. We don't care about her anyway. These three, and then the other movie is Adieu mon ami. I think it's Adieu mon ami. Is again Charles Bronson and Alain Delon. They were in the Foreign Legion. They come back from they get discharged, and they go to steal something, and they meet one another in the offices, but they don't know they're gonna. It's great movie. I watched those movies with my parents, and brings all kind of memories, especially the one with Adieu mon ami, Charles Bronson and Alain Delon. Well, farewell, my great Alain Delon. See you somewhere in the universe when I'll be there. We're not gonna sing hymns and all that. Maybe we're gonna be down there together, if there's this and that, on the same jacuzzi, hot jacuzzi, and we're gonna discuss and have fun with all the women and interesting people. We're not gonna go there and sing hymns and praise, and no, that's for others. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.